Hello and shalom, friends. This is Mime from Aruka.com, the Holistic Life Academy. And right now, I'd like to share with you one of the most important herbal formulas that I've ever come across in my entire life. It's helped me with so many things, as well as my family and my friends and my coaching clients and students as well. Okay, and I learned it from Master Herbalist John R. Christopher, and I'm going to be sharing with you his original formula, not the one that is currently on the website. The one that is currently on the website is a modified version of the formula because of basically fear because of the FDA, these government agencies always trying to mess with our health, take away our freedoms, and lie to us, basically, and just all the propaganda. And basically, one of the ingredients in the herbal calcium tea formula, the FDA has issued a warning against it. Why? Because they want to just scare people in general against taking charge of their own health and using God's herbs and plants and the other things that He has given us in creation to heal ourselves. Because if we realize the power of the health and healing properties of God's creation, the medical industry would just completely fall apart. And that's why they try to prevent us from knowing so many things, so many things. So I'm going to give you the exact formula in a link from my blog. I always provide the notes to, everything and link to my blog. And for this one, it'll be at aruka.com, arukh.com/blog/calcium. Okay. So go ahead and go there after this video and, download that document. So Dr. Christopher, he would recommend this formula for all sorts of issues, such as arthritis, breast issues, broken bones, headache, nerves, nosebleeds, osteoporosis, paralysis, issues stemming from pregnancy, rheumatism, teeth, and varicose veins. So Master Herbalist, my teacher, John R. Christopher, taught that we need calcium for nerve sheath, vein and arterial walls, bone, teeth, etc. And his herbal calcium tea formula is all pure herbs. And it's also used for cramps or Charlie horses and for all calcium needs in the body. And the reason why I started personally taking it is actually because of Charlie horses or cramps that came on because of pregnancy. So what happened was I started getting these very painful Charlie horses while I was pregnant, and I asked my mother-in-law, or I told her about it, and she told me that I should start taking calcium pills, and that would help me with that, and it did. And so I was taking that during my pregnancy, and then I stumbled across, during my studies to become an herbalist, I stumbled across this formula, which it was he called it his herbal calcium tea formula, and I thought, well, yeah, I would prefer to take something that is more natural, that is made out of herbs, instead of something that is manufactured and synthetic and derived from something that my body wouldn't naturally be eating and digesting and assimilating, right? So I was like, instead of taking the calcium pill from a bottle, I would rather take a natural herbal form. So I started taking the herbal calcium tea instead of my pills. And it was great. But not only did it continue to help me with my Charlie horses, but I also had this constant problem of bleeding gums. And I had this bleeding gum problem since, I don't know, I'd say like since at least college, since at least my college years. And I'd say in my late 20s, by the time that I discovered this herbal calcium tea formula. So when I started taking this tea formula for the Charlie horses, I realized that my bleeding gums also disappeared. And my bleeding gums were really, really bad. They used to happen every single day, um, often several times a day. And I wouldn't really know what, there wasn't really any exact triggers that I could tell, it would just start randomly bleeding in the middle of the day, even if I wasn't eating or hadn't eaten recently or anything. My teeth would just start bleeding. And I just got used to it. I just thought, there's nothing I could do about it. And I'd tell my dentist about it, and my dentist would say, "Oh, you need to floss your teeth better, and brush your teeth more often, and blah blah blah." And so I tried that. I brush my teeth 3 times a day, floss them all the time, and it never helped. I just kept getting bleeding gums. They just kept on bleeding. And every time, even if I got a new dentist, they would tell me the same old thing. And nope, kept bleeding. But when I started taking this herbal calcium tea formula, the bleeding gums finally stopped. Furthermore, I realized, sometimes I get tired of taking it, and when I stop taking it, the bleeding gums return. And so my body really needs this formula. But I found out that, other people in my family also need it. But let me just go back to my personal story. I also had a very bad sciatica. I had really terrible back pain ever since my first pregnancy. I'm not sure what exactly happened to me during my first pregnancy. Well, I did get diastasis recti, and so a surgeon that I consulted with said that, that was probably the cause for that back pain. And I would see a chiropractor, regularly, and I would get some relief from the chiropractor, but it would only last, at the most 24 hours, and then the back pain would return. It was so bad. My back pain was so bad that I couldn't carry my first baby. I only picked him up to move him like, maybe to his car seat, or to take him from the car seat onto the shopping cart, or to lift him up to put him on his high chair to feed him. But besides that, I couldn't carry my baby, and it was really sad. Now I love carrying my babies. I carry my babies all the time, but for actually my first 2 babies, I could not carry them. I couldn't even carry a basket of laundry up and down the stairs. It was just too painful, and I had to ask my husband to do that kind of stuff, and to get the groceries out of the car for me, and stuff like that. I did what I could when I had to, but if I didn't, then if I didn't have to carry something heavy, then I didn't, because it was just very, very painful. And sometimes I would limp when I walk, and it was just really, really bad. And I didn't even take this herbal calcium tea formula for my back pain. I only took it as a replacement for the calcium pills because of the Charlie horses, but it ended up healing my back pain, which I had for maybe 3 or 4 years by that time. And it also healed me. It also healed me of my, actually, no, it was more than, let me see, I think I was pregnant with my 3rd child. So that must have been, let me see, so that was 2, 4. So I suffered for a long time with the back pain, and even longer with the bleeding gums. So I can't think right now, like how many years, but it was many, many years. And it wasn't until I started taking this herbal calcium tea formula that that those problems went away. And and then when I don't take my herbal calcium tea formula for an extended period of time, they come back. And sure, I could get surgery to fix the diastasis recti. It's very big, so it's not something that can be It can be helped by, certain exercise and stuff like that, which I've done, but it can't be completely healed. It's a very big, a very big wound. But with this herbal calcium tea formula, I'm able to, carry my children. I don't have to suffer from back pain anymore. I even dance with my children, sometimes. I'll jump up and down with them, and no more bleeding gums. And um, my son, he used to get constant bloody noses. And when we discovered this formula, and when I learned that master herbalist John R. Christopher recommended it for nosebleeds as well, I had him start taking it because his nose started bleeding several times a week. And so I said, well, you need to drink this tea. And it was the same story for him also. He started drinking this tea and his nosebleeds stopped. And when he stopped drinking the tea for extended periods of time, his nosebleeds would return. So it's really amazing. So his nosebleeds, and also I have other friends who have issues with, back pain or pain from injuries, and stuff like that. And when nothing else works, nothing else helps, exercises, chiropractic, physical therapy, you name it, this is really what brought healing to so many other, just to myself, my family, and so many others, of so many different issues. My mother, she told me that she had really bad arthritis, and she couldn't get up from bed without someone helping her up out of bed. And she also said that she couldn't simply bend over to pick something up. She had to very carefully, bend her legs in order to pick it up. And she said, now I can just reach over and pick something up, and I can get out of bed by myself. It was amazing. And she too, she was able to feel relief. Both her and I, it took us about a month of drinking it daily to start realizing all the amazing benefits that we derived from this herbal calcium tea formula. But some people that I've recommended it to, some of my students and clients, they felt it almost immediately within days. Everyone's different, everyone's needs are different. It's all about bio individuality. What is, I take a whole cup of the formula, and I make a cup of herbs in a French press, and I drink the whole thing in 2 days, or I'll drink half of it and I'll give my family the rest of it. But my mother, she would only take, I would give her a tablespoon of herbs in a cup of tea every single day. And for me, when I'm pregnant, I find that I need up to double the amount to experience the same relief when I'm pregnant, or when during the first or 1 or 2 years of breastfeeding, because I'm feeding two basically, so my calcium needs are also greater. Now, Dr. Christopher, master herbalist John R. Christopher, and his son, they talk about how it's not necessarily the calcium content that is the most effective in this formula, although it may have some calcium, but there's also a great deal of silica in this formula, and this helps you to process the calcium that you are already already consuming in other things, like maybe dairy products or other products, maybe even in supplement form, but that are not being properly assimilated by your body and are stuck in various deposits around your body, which may actually be partly what is contributing to the arthritis and the pain, are these calcium deposits, basically the calcium that's already in your body that's not being properly absorbed and utilized and going to the right places to bring health and healing, and to build up your body in the places that it needs to be built up. So there's that, and so it's just a wonderful and an amazing formula. And you know, two of the people that I recommended this formula to are medical doctors. They're also equally amazed, you know. And there's actually you know, I was just talking to one of my friends who's a medical doctor a few days ago, and we were talking about how just the funny contrast where, you know, with most pharmaceutical drugs, when you take it, it causes other problems. So you'll take a drug for one health issue or one health problem that you may have, and the side effects of that pharmaceutical drug causes other problems and other issues. Whereas in contrast, when you take for example, an herbal formula such as this herbal calcium tea formula, you're taking it for one thing, but instead of having side effects that are detrimental in other areas, it's actually healing you in other areas where you did not expect. So that's the beauty, that's the power, that's the intelligence of God's healing herbs. God's healing herbs are intelligent, and they, you know, they're not isolated compounds that that may, you know, seem like it's helping in one area but are doing damage to other areas. No, it's feeding your body, it's feeding your cells, it's nourishing, you know, your muscles and your bones and giving it what it needs, and activating, you know, even the food that you're already eating and working synergistically with other things that you're eating and consuming and taking in order to bring health and healing. And this is the power of God's creation and his herbs, his healing herbs found in nature. Okay, so again, I'm going to give you the links to the places where I buy the herbs from, as well as the herbal formula to this, and some other links and helpful information from Master Herbalist John R. Christopher, and some research also on some of the ingredients in the formula, especially including the controversial ingredient that the FDA would love to prevent us from taking because it's too powerful and they can't patent it because it's part of God's creation. So shalom, and again, visit my blog at arukah.com, arukah.com/blog/calcium, and I will provide you with the original formula as well as where I buy the herbs for it, because you can't buy the formula packaged into one in one product. You know, you have to buy each ingredient individually and then mix it yourself, because I guess it's illegal to sell it in its complete form. But you know, how can I? It may be illegal to, you know, sell it in that form, but I'm not selling you anything. I'm just providing you with the information, the knowledge that you need to be empowered to be healthy and heal yourself. And also, like, just, you know, toothaches. One of the things that this formula has helped us with is toothaches. You know, our family avoids dentists because, you know, we never whenever my children complain of toothaches, I just start giving them herbal calcium tea, and it goes away. And there's a testimony on John R. Christopher's website. I'll just read it to you. It says, "Tooth grows back. My oldest daughter, age 13 now, had a dental cavity at age 7, the only dental cavity among our 6 children. We had the cavity drilled out and a filling put in by our local dentist, and 2 years later, the filling came out and a hole was left in her tooth. Nothing more was done about it except the herbal calcium formula that you recommend in your book, School of Natural Healing, made up of comfrey, horsetail, oat straw, and lobelia. This combination of herbs has been used very consistently by the entire family over the last 2 years, and I can vouch for that too. We use it consistently also, and we don't have to get any fillings or anything like that. No, toothaches. And then, sorry, I'll read the rest of the testimony. It says, we have recently discovered that the hole where the filling was is now completely grown over and it's absolutely unnoticeable, even under close inspection. And I'd like to read you just one more testimony, about the herbal calcium formula from his website. It says, insomnia cured. I have found great relief by taking Dr. Christopher's calcium formula and thyroid formula through the night, which was recommended in his How Important is Calcium newsletter. I have recommended this treatment to others and to my mother, and they all have found it helps their insomnia also. Okay, so you have to at least try it. Give it at least a month, I would say. And, if you experience any of these issues, back pain, arthritis, if you've had a recent injury that had, to do with like broken bones or, toothaches, nosebleeds, bleeding gums, and any of these things, I would highly recommend looking into this herbal calcium formula.
Would you like to become the healer of your home and your community and create a profitable online health coaching business? Are you interested in becoming a health coach, a naturopath, an herbalist, or a nutritionist? Do you need help finding the right program for studying holistic health and healing? Or perhaps you already have certification, but you're still not confident enough in healing people and don't know how to build a business that will empower you to have an impact and allow you to leave your regular day job. Are you ready to get a deep and comprehensive picture of holistic health and healing and learn from top healers in our day so that you can stop being stuck in a job or a career you don't have a passion for? Heal yourself and others without the need for pharmaceutical drugs with harmful side effects, doctors, or even dentists. Become more knowledgeable about holistic health and healing than most medical doctors who have graduated from medical school without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of time in expensive medical schools or programs. Build a health coaching business that will allow you to work from home and achieve time, location, and financial freedom. Aruka.com empowers people to become the healers of their home and their community by equipping them with naturopathic herbalism, health coaching, and online business and marketing skills. My name is Maim. I'm 42 years old and a homeschool mom of 7 beautiful children. These 2 in the photo are my October babies. I became a naturopathic herbalist and health coach in order to take charge of my family's health when the modern medical system kept failing us. We were spending thousands of dollars on insurance and other medical expenses, but they did not have any answers for our health problems. Working from home has been such a blessing for us. I used to work at the NASA Ames Research Center as a computer scientist/engineer, but being able to have an online business has enabled me to surpass my income at NASA and to be there for my family, homeschool them, take care of them, watch them grow up every step of the way for 18 years now. I started Aruka.com in 2009 to help people become healthy and heal themselves. I've coached all sorts of people, and eventually even medical doctors and nurses started coming to me repeatedly for help for various health issues for themselves or their loved ones. I help people heal themselves of serious diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and high blood pressure, diabetes, as well as other common issues such as hormone imbalances, abnormal bleeding, migraines, eczema, kidney stones, gallstones, cataracts, and even urinary tract infection. Various people began asking me to start teaching what I know about holistic health and healing, including 2 medical doctors who have become very good friends of mine. When I realized that there was such a demand for the knowledge I have that even medical doctors were telling me to teach, I shifted the focus of Aruka.com, and now we teach people how to become confident healers through our naturopathic herbalist and health coach certification program. We help people become healers of their home and community and create profitable online health coaching businesses. If you're interested in becoming a holistic healer, please visit our website, aruka.com, ARUKAH.com. Again, that's ARUKAH.com. Hope to see you there.